We were going to start to film in a sort of a Mardi Gras parade they have with grotesque heads and everything that comes out of Nice that they have it in. And we're going to have chase sequences through these statues with somebody looking out of the eye and trying to find who the villain is and what he's wearing and so forth. But we had to simplify it quickly. We'd spent $500,000 and didn't have any film yet because of the weather. And it was a very fretful situation. When you think that Rear Window cost $1,081,000, you know, being behind $500,000, and pictures didn't cost as much then as they do now. And Hitch was very tight with the budget. Well, I say $500,000. I'm not sure the exact figure, but we spent a lot of money with people living in Cannes and getting you know, combat pay for being on location. And so we had to make changes, and it all dissolves. It's all fine. I mean, it all worked out well. Right. You know, one ending that I liked she had a little Sunbeam that she took him a car, English car. She took him for a ride over the Corniche, and you know, it scared the hell out of him. And I wanted the love scene to be played in that car, on the edge of the road, overlooking. Was it Count of Monte Carlo? I can't remember. When you go there's a cliff and you look down, and there's this town way down there. And I wanted them to be having the scene and hugging and kissing and talking, and the car starts to roll forward. And they don't notice it. They're so absorbed in each other. And it keeps rolling towards the edge of the cliff. And finally she says, "John?" He says, "Yes." She said, "Would you do me a favor?" And he says, "What?" She said, "Would you put your foot on the brake, please?" And he puts his foot on the brake, and the bumper is just hanging over the edge. It would have been, you know, 1,000 feet down or whatever it is. You can see from that Grand Corniche. And I wanted to end there. And I couldn't convince Hitch to do it. It would have scared you. I mean, it would have left you just saying, "Oh, no, we can't leave there." You know, now it just makes me grip my hands to think of it. I was so excited about that, but I couldn't convince Hitch to do it. We didn't have a fight about it, but I tried hard to go. I had several endings, but the ending we did was one that he chose, and that he was the boss, and that was it. But I can still see that. I'd like to have shot it anyway, and we didn't have to do it on the actual location. We could have done the automobile, you know, on a set in the studio with rear projection, and there wouldn't have been any fear of anybody getting injured or anything like that. But I just think that would have been a really great shot down like that and then back up to them. And he's got his foot on the brake, and you wonder how long he's going to keep it on there, and the picture ends. He added a line every once in a while. And To Catch a Thief, Hitch had something about strangulation. It was a theme that ran through his pictures.
That's right.
And he has John Williams the insurance man, up to lunch at John Roby's house, and he has a fat sort of French cook who comes out, and housekeeper, and she serves him a quiche Lorraine, which he happened to like very much. And John Williams says, "Oh, this is so delicate and everything," and he says, "Yes, it is. Yvonne," or whatever the woman's name was, "has a nice touch." This is the line he added. He said, "She once strangled the German general with her bare hands." And I said, "That's sort of a non sequitur." He said, "Well, it's funny." He said, John Williams is saying how delicate she is and everything. And he said, "Yes, she has a wonderful touch. She strangled the German general." I didn't hate the line. And but he said, we're going to use that line, so we used it. And it got a nice laugh out of the audience. And I see nothing wrong with it. But this is how seldom he ever gave me a line.